Hey, what's up, everybody? So today we are going to start our math project, and it's going to be titled How to Use Math to Make Money in the Markets. How many of you guys want to make money? You want to make money, Jomil? No? EJ, you want to make money, right? All right. So if you understand the math behind money, you could actually have your money work for you and double if you know where to invest your money and earn a certain percentage of return. So you guys know about money can make money, right? Right? If you invest it in the right ways. What are some places you can invest your money at?
Stocks.
Yep, stocks is the most obvious one. What?
Silver coins.
Yep, you could buy gold, you could buy silver, you could buy crypto, you could buy real estate, but most people say, "Oh, you know what? If I want to make some money, let me put it in the stock market." But most people lose money if they trade in the stock market because they don't know, first of all, what to buy. They don't know when to buy. They don't know how much to buy, right? So if I teach you the math behind why you're trading, what your goal is, then you'll know exactly what to do step by step. So we're going to go and start off with our project. And this is what your project is going to be based off of. So you guys know that we have a project on December 11th. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to learn how to grow $10,000 into $1 million in 10 years. You think that's possible? Musa, you think that's possible? No, right? How can you grow $10,000 to $1 million in 10 years? Number one, you need to see, first of all, is it realistic, right? Any goal has to be a SMART goal, which means it has to be realistic, it's got to be attainable, and you got to have a plan to achieve those goals. So my purpose for you guys is to say, okay, is it even possible to grow 10,000 to $1 million? And the only way you can do that realistically is if you learn the power of compound interest and how money doubles. Did you guys know you could double your money, right? Like, let's say you guys bet $100 on a football game, right? Can you double your money if you win? Right? You bet 100, you win 100, right? You're doubling your money. Or if you have $1,000 and you buy a stock and it doubles in price, then you just doubled your money. But it's very hard because you could lose, right? So we have to think of a strategic way where we can double our money consistently over time. And we're going to use time versus the power of exponential growth to show you how you could grow 10,000 to $1 million. You guys ready? Let's go. All right. So before you even know how to do it, first you have to understand the power of interest. Interest is when, like, money trees. You guys know money. They always say, does money grow on trees? EJ, does money grow on trees? No, but money can grow on its own, kind of like on a tree. If you water it, if you invest it, it can grow on its own, right? So where are different ways we can invest our money? In the bank, you're not going to get rich in a bank, right?
Oh,
Yeah, 2% interest. Wow, you're very smart. You know that as a high school student. You could put it in things called CDs, which is like or bonds, which is where you let the government borrow your money, but you only make like maybe 5%. But if you want to take some risk, you want to say, you know what, if I educate myself, if I know how to use the tools, the techniques, the education, you can actually learn how to put it in the markets and strategically compound your money. So what you guys are going to do here in today's lesson is you're going to learn the power of interest rates, what the different effects increase in interest rates can be on the value of your account over time, right? You'll learn the difference between simple interest versus compound interest, and of course, how money grows with time. So for your presentation, what I teach you now, you're going to create your own presentation to teach to the parents during Project Info Night on December 11th. So here are the milestones. We're going to use the rule of 72, which is a very powerful mathematical rule that teaches you how to double your money. You want to learn how to double your money? Watch. And then we're going to take that, we're going to plot it on a graph, and then we're going to describe how does this actually look in real life, and where could you put your money? So let's get to, and here's how you're going to present your project. You're going to create a Canva slide, and then you're going to record yourself explaining your Canva slide. You could either create a TikTok, a presentation board, or you can even use Canva Code to create something that explains how money can grow. So let's get to the rule of 72. Anybody ever heard of that? Probably not. So the rule of 72 is actually a formula that is a shortcut of how you could, here, let me pull up a quick video that explains it. And I think when you guys see this, it will kind of blow your mind. Basically, it teaches you how can you double your money depending on what your rate of returns are. And here, let me pull up the slide. All right, so this is what it is. Check it out.
So you've got a chunk of change, and you're smart enough. So you put your money into an account that gains compound interest. So how long does it take for your money to double in that account? Well, to find this out, you need two things: your balance and your interest rate.
Okay, so in order to figure out how long it takes your money to double, you need to know, well, how much money are you starting with, right? You can't double zero, right? So you got to have at least, $100, $500. And then the second important thing is, how much interest am I making on this money? Where am I investing it that it's going to give me a rate of return? And you guys know, the higher the rate of return, like if you want to earn 20%, 30%, what is it? It's going to be what? More money, and it's going to be riskier, right? You can't get a free lunch where you're going to get a high interest rate but take no risk. That's why banks give you very low interest, because there's no risk in the bank. All right, so those are two things you need to know: interest rate, the balance, and the amount of time it's going to take.
Now, like most things, there's an easy way to find your answer and a hard way.
Okay.
The hard way involves taking the logarithm base 10 of 2.
So this is the hard way to calculate. There's actually a mathematical formula that will reverse engineer and tell you, if you give me the interest rate that you're earning, I can tell you how long your money will double. It's kind of like the reverse of the compound interest formula. But we're not going to use this long, complicated math formula. I'm going to show you an easy way that you can do in your head.
As in 2 times our balance over the logarithm base 10 of 1 plus our interest rate. Since most of us don't have bionic.
Hey, so that's the formula. You guys probably I don't even know how to use this formula right now. I would have to review it in the book.
Brains, we can't really do this math in our heads. But our friend Larry is here, and he's going to give it his best shot. We'll get back to him later. Luckily, there's a simple way to approximate how long it takes for your money to double in a compound interest account. It's called the rule of 72.
All right, so this is called the rule of 72. Super easy. All you have to do is take the number 72, divide it by whatever interest rate that you're earning, and that number will tell you how long it takes for your money to double. So watch. Here's 3 examples.
How does it work? It's surprisingly simple. All you do is take the number 72 and divide it by your interest rate. That's it. It's that easy. The number you get equals the number of years it's going to take to double your money.
Right? So whatever that output is, it tells you how many years your money will double.
So let's try it out.
Examples.
Say you have $5,000 in your account.
So here, EJ, you got $5,000 in your account. You're like, how long is it going to take me to double this amount, right? Here's how you figure it out.
Account earning 4% interest.
If you're earning 4% interest every year, which is not that much, right? Like if you have $10,000, 4% is like $400, right? A year. But so if you have 5,000 earning 4%.
Now take that magical number 72, take your interest rate of 4%.
That's it. All you do is you divide 72 divided by whatever interest rate you're earning for that year. What's 72 divided by 4? What do you think that is? Ooh, let's see if you can do that in your head. What's 72 divided by 4%? 18.
Pull out your phone, text your second grade cousin and ask him how many times 4 goes into 72. He's a bright kid, so he'll tell you the answer is 18. And you'll tell him that he just helped you learn that it will take 18 years for your initial $5,000 to double into $10,000.
All right, is that a long time to wait? 18 years for your money to double? It is, right? Like, I don't want to wait 18 years for my 5,000 to grow to 10,000. How do you think we could make it faster? How can we shorten our amount of time, EJ?
Why are you using 72 then?
Oh, very good. The reason this is a shortcut rule. So mathematically, they gave you that complicated formula in the beginning, but they actually figured out that actually, if you just take 72 and divide it by your interest rate, it's a number that's very close to what that complicated formula was. So this is a shortcut. Good question. I like how you asked, like, why use 72? Yeah, they figured it out. Some mathematicians said, oh, this is a good approximation.
Let's check in on Larry. That's
right. This is the actual mathematical formula right here, the log 10, whatever, right? But they said, you know what? There's a shortcut.
very nice, Larry. Luckily, with the rule of 72, there's no need to ever use the hard way.
Right? You don't need to know the hard way. Just do this easy way. So here's how it works.
Using the rule of 72, we can easily see how small changes in interest rate can make a huge difference in our earning potential.
Right? So he's saying instead of 4%, let's say you get 6% a year. Let's say you get 9% a year. You're going to see what a big difference just a small increase in percentage will do to your account, and it'll blow your mind.
A 29-year-old earning 4% compounding interest can expect his account to double.
Right? So if he's 29 years old, you divide 72 divided by 4. We said it's 18, right? So you have to wait 18 years from 29. You have to wait till you're 47 for 5,000 to double to 10,000. Now you got to wait another 18 years for 10,000 to grow to 20,000, correct? Does that make sense? So 18 years, that tells you how long it takes for your money to double. Easy? Why?
Twice by the time he's 65. At 8%, it doubles.
Right? But now let's increase the rate that we're going to get. Instead of 4%, let's say we put it in another investment that gives us 8% a year, right? Now, what's 72 divided by 8? 9. So now instead of your money waiting 18 years to double, look at this. If you start at 29, look at how long it takes to double. Watch. You're going to see that 29 plus 9, now you double your money at 38 instead of waiting till 47. See that? Because 72 divided by 8 is 9. Now you're just adding 9 years every time it doubles. So your money is actually, instead of doubling only 3 times over here, actually it only doubles twice, right? Here you double once, twice, 3, 4 times. Because it's less time for your money to double, you can double it more often. Make sense? So instead of making 20,000, you actually now have 80,000 using the power of the rule of 72. Jomil, you have a question? Oh, okay.
4 times. At 12%, it doubles 8 times. So by
look at that. Look at this. 12%. Where can you get a 12% return every year on average? The stock market, right? If you guys look at the stock market return, check this out. You guys want to see what the stock market has done over the last 100 years? Check this out. I'm going to show you a chart. This is the stock market right here, SPX. And then this is going to be all time. I'm going to say, what is the performance of the stock market over the last 20 years? Let's just go 20 years. Check this out. Do you think you could have made money over the last 20 years if you just invested in the S&P 500, which is here? Let's go 20 years, make each one of these candlesticks a month, right? Look at that. Look at that chart. Does that chart look like you can make money in there? Right? If you buy anywhere over here, you write, what is this, 2008? This is where there was a financial crash. Look at that. If you bought it here at 666, the devil's number, and you just wrote it for the last 15, 20 years, guess what it's worth now? 666, it's worth 7,000. That is a very good return. Do you guys know how you calculate the average rate of return on that? That's a huge return. So if you just put your money in here, you could earn those types of rates. So now let's go back and see, okay, well, if I make 12%, look at this. If I make 12% a year, 5,000, what's 72 divided by 12? Now, instead of doubling your money every 9 years, guess what? How long does it take to double your money if you're earning 12%? Using the rule of 72, what's 72 divided by 6? What's 72 divided by 6? 6, right? So now instead of waiting 9 years, you just double your money every 6 years, from 5 to 10 to 20 to 40 to 80 to 160 to 320, right?
Doubling your interest rate from 4% to 8%, you actually quadruple your money. And by tripling your rate from 4% to 12%, you 16-tuple your money.
Look at that. Even though from 4% to 12%, that's 3 times as much, right? But look at your account. Instead of $20,000, you have $320,000. So you're actually 16 times your money. So even though you're only going 3 times the interest rate.
Is that a word? It is now. Interest rates matter. The rule of 72 helps
So that is saying
us
that
understand just how much they
interest rates matter, meaning the rate of return on your investment, whatever that rate is, whether it's 4%, 10%, 20%, it matters. And you can see why it matters, because the money grows so fast. So this is what we're going to do. Now that you guys know what the rule of 72 is, let's see if you guys can say, how old are you guys right now? About what? 17. Let's make 18. Let's say you guys are 18 years old. All right. And we're going to use the rule of 72. Let's do this. Let's say for some reason you found a good investment and you were able to create 24% return every year, which is very aggressive, right? Anybody know what 72 divided by 24 is? 3. Very good. So what does this mean? What does 3 mean? What does the 3 mean? 3 what? What is 3? 3 what? What is 72 divided by 24 is 3? What does the 3 represent, Jomil? Do you know? The 3 represents what, guys? What do you guys think? The 3 represents how long it takes your money to what? Double, right? The rule of 72 is all about how long it takes your money to double. So if you're 18, if you add, let's say you start off with $10,000. This is your starting account, right? How old will you be for this account to grow to 20,000? How long will it take to double if you earn 24% per year? 3 years, right? So what's 18 plus 3? You're going to be 21 years old. Now, the next time it doubles, how old are you going to be? 24, and then, right? So your money is doubling a lot more often because you're doubling your money every 3 years. Make sense so far? So now watch. By the time you are, let's say 39, how much money do you think you'll have? Let's take a look. So you double from 10 to 20, 20 to 40, right? 40 to what? 80, 80 to 160, right? This is 160,000 K. Let's just put K there for 1,000. Then what? 320. Then what? 640. And then what's 640 times 2? That's a million something, right? That's $1.2 million. And you started with only $10,000. Yes.
How much money did you have before you moved out?
Before I moved what?
Moved out.
Moved out of my parents' house?
Yeah.
Oh, man. When I moved out, I was broke. I didn't have much money. But I invested in myself, and I said, you know what? If I can learn how to make money by investing it and trading it and actually learning how people make money in the stock market, I can make my money grow. And then I just put all my time and learn all the strategies. And that's my goal, hopefully, is to teach you guys strategies that you can make your money grow. Because with only $10,000, if you could learn a strategy where you can earn 24% per year, you can turn 10,000 into $1 million in about 18 years. Pretty crazy, right? All right, let's go. So let's look at today's assignment. So today's assignment, let's see if you guys understand the rule of 72. We are going to see what The rule of 72 just says how long it takes money to double. So in this example, let's take a look here. You guys have 18 years. Instead of 24%, you're only making 3%. That sucks, right? Because what's 72 divided by 3? Let's say your money in a bank. What's 72 divided by 3? Anybody know what that is? 24. Very good. So check this out. 24 plus 18 is 42. You have to wait 24 years for your money just to double. Are you willing to wait that long? 24 years for your money to double? No, right? So that's number one. That's why you can't get rich with your money in the bank. But I'm going to show you guys for your exercise today. I want you to create a table that says, okay, if I earn 12%, if I earn 24%, how long will it take me to make $1 million? And here's something crazy. What if you make 48% interest rate a year? That's crazy. Can you even make 48% a year? Like if you have $10,000, can you actually make $5,000 a year off of your $10,000? Potentially, some people do that. Do you guys want to see somebody that actually did this? That actually made 48% per year?
Yeah.
Watch, I'll show you. And look at how fast they became rich. I'm going to show you this. So let's use this example. If you make 48, what is 72 divided by 48? What is 72 divided by 48? It's a fraction, some fraction here. Anybody see that in your calculator? Here's what it is. It equals 1.5. So what does that mean? Check this out. If you're earning here, I'll just make this in the table so it's a lot cleaner. So let's say you start off at 18. Your money is going to double every 1.5 years, earning 48% return per year. Okay, so this is very aggressive, but check it out. Look at how fast you become a millionaire. Let's say you start off with 10,000, right? At 19 and a half, your money doubled already. So you have 20,000. Make sense so far, guys? You're just dividing 72 divided by 48 is 1.5, right? So now what's 19 and a half plus another 1.5 years? You're what? 20, 21. Now you have 40,000. Now you're 22 and a half for another 1.5 years. Now you're at 80K, right? See how your money's growing really fast and you're barely you're still in your 20s. Now you're 24, you have 160K. Can you move out of your parents' house now? Yes, right? And you're only 24. You know, today's age, most people don't move out of their parents' house until they're like 32, 33. You know why? Because it's so expensive to live and rent in the Bay Area. Would you agree?
That's what my sister's doing. She's just paying like rent.
Yes, exactly. Because rent, if you were to move out in the Bay Area, one of these condos or these apartments, it's like $3,000 a month or $3,500 a month. Way too crazy. I'd rather live at home, right? Save money. So this is the rule of 72. So what you're going to do is, here's a quick video of how somebody was actually able to get 48% return every year. So here's, let's see here. All right, this is the market right here going up. And we're gonna see this guy.
Are you ever trying Visa? I like that.
Oops, here. Rising Star. So this guy earned 48%. And these are guys that were verified traders. Here, 40% return. So this guy was just selling options. Checklist here. This guy made 45% return.
Delta put.
My first option trade was get the impression you're not just short puts anymore.
No, I'd say.
Right? So this is when you can use leverage. Leverage is when you're actually using other people's money and you boost your returns. Here, there's a quick video on leverage right here. Where did it go?
You doing that? You don't like it?
In this video, we're going to talk about the most powerful formula in finance and 3 lessons that we can take from it. The formula is called the Rule of 72.
Right, remember
Once
the
you
Rule of
understand
72?
this
We just
concept for
talked about
yourself-
that. And he did a table where we just created one here, right here. So this will make more sense to you now that we did it. So check out this table. Rule of 72. Quick recap.
which is the current 10-year U.S. Treasury yield. This yield simply represents what you
That's
could.
a lower interest
One
rate.
thing's for sure, and that is to 10 million 24 at the age of 8. Money doubles once every 8 years. So let's say that you're
Okay, so here's an example
works
of
in
what we just
practice.
did.
Let's assume that you make a 9% rate of return long term on your investments. So your money doubles once every 8 years. So let's say that you're an enterprising young man or woman and you started investing early at the age of 8. You put $10,000 into the market or some other investment that earned you a 9% return, which, according to the Rule of 72, means your money will double every 8 years. So you
Right,
can
so Rule of 72, recap. If you're earning 9% a year, 72 divided by 9 is 8. So every 8 years, your money's going to double.
just simply add 8 a bunch of times. So you have 16, 24, 32, all
Right,
the way
every 8
to,
years.
let's say, age 88. So each one of these represents a double. So 10,000 doubles to 20, which doubles to 40, 160, 320, 640, 1.28 million, 2.56.
Right, you can see how fast your money is doubling using the Rule of 72. So I am going to give you guys your assignment. Let me end the stream. Let's see if this actually gets a stripe.